guys, I paid $75, which is equivalent to 85,000 naira for. You guys, I paid $75, which is equivalent to 85,000 naira for this small size but length bowl braids in Lagos, Nigeria. This is a team of 10. Five of them arrived first to my apartment, and whenever they arrived, they said they were hungry. I was like, say no more. My sisters, twins bite, they sent me food earlier that day, so I was more than happy to share with the team. Whenever their boss arrived with the rest of the team, I also served them their food, and then we got started on my hair around 2
Say hi, team.
When I tell you these people are professional, they're nice, fast, I didn't even feel a thing on my head. I was tired because I've been partying all week. It's 30 December, like get into it. They're so professional, they're super fast. I love it. The brother's name is Eba Ire. I'll tag them in the comment section. You guys, look at how beautiful my hair turned out, y'all. I love every bit of it. I also asked respectfully to help me put it in the bun. I was gonna go out that night, even though I was tired. But who gets tired in Lagos? We finished around 7 p.m. They put it in the bun, and then I went out that night. I actually went to Grass Restaurant, and I also went to Quillox. I tipped them really good, trust and believe. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Listen, I have like mixed feelings about this, mainly because she seems like she's from Nigeria. She's not really like a black American based in America. When I say based in, I'm not saying like, I'm talking about like being born and raised there, like generations, like your entire life has been in the Americas. Okay, so she seems like she migrated to America and became an expert in that country. Okay, so that's where the mixed feelings come from. The second part is that she could be either a black American and she's been there her entire life, lived there, her family there, like she has generations of generations tied to the Americas, okay? And the problem is this, right? If you as a African American come to African countries, let it be Lagos, Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa, Kenya, whatever country that you decide to visit to, please tip the hairstylist, makeup artist, people helping you extra, okay? The only reason you are even considering Africa or any other undeveloped countries is because it's cheaper for you. And it's not cheaper for us. It's not a livable economy for us. So you're a refugee, economically you're seeking refugee, you're a refugee economically from a Western country, okay? You cannot afford to braid in your own country, so you braid in my country. What you don't understand is that, sorry, you are making things very hard for us, okay? You are raising up prices for people who are living there. When you buy property, when you are making life unbearable for us, where the economy is now situated for you, you know? So if it's really, really, really that cheap for you, consider that fact whenever you do braid. That is not cheap for us. Okay. I can't see myself braiding for $1,000 because that's exactly what it is to me. Okay. The same way you can't see yourself braiding for $2,000, it's the same way I can't braid for 1,000 rand, for 5,000 rand. I can't do it. Okay. Regardless if I have the money or not, I just cannot do it.
And so, Padam, let me tell you, I was shocked. Because it is like, it's almost like 10,000 for you to get your braids done. 10,000 rands now to get your braids done. I was shocked. I was completely shocked. I remember getting here, and when I got here, like my hair was very short too. I had just, well, it had fallen off. but like it was very short. It was starting from literally from bold, and I knew that I wanted to like rebraid my hair and everything. And I remember like consulting with the first person here in America, asking them like how much it would cost to get my hair done. Did this girl not give me a policy, a hair braiding policy? She has a policy that you have to follow. The second thing, there's booking fees. You have to pay to reserve your space. You have to pay if you're late. If you run 5 minutes late, you're going to pay some sort of fee because you have run late. If you have short hair, I had extremely short hair. You are going to pay for your short hair. If you have long hair, extremely long hair, you're going to pay for long hair. If your hair has a lot of volume, you will pay because your hair has a lot of volume. What else are you going to pay for? They'll probably include like the hairpiece in there. So at least you won't pay for that. But like you pay for everything. If you're gonna use their Wi-Fi, you're gonna pay for their Wi-Fi. They're gonna have refreshments. You're gonna pay for refreshments. You will pay like that amount will go from that $500 to about. By the time you leave, you are paying like $800. Yo, I was like, me, pay 10,000 plus to get braids done. I saw.
I am currently in Cape Town, South Africa, and I was in Joburg like 2 days ago, and I got my hair done when I was there. And so I posted about it. And one thing I've noticed, anytime somebody goes to Africa to get their hair done, there sparks this debate of, oh my gosh, how much did you pay? And American hairstylists are overcharging us. Personally, I'm not paying a certain amount for braids, right? I feel like because I don't keep braids in for that long. But the stylists that we do see that, let's say they go viral for overcharging, if they want to charge like $1,000, for me, that is insane for braids. There's somebody that's going to pay for that. It won't be me, but somebody's going to pay. And listen, to each their own. Most likely it's going to be a celebrity, but the average person is not going to pay that much. You have to realize when somebody goes to Africa and they get their hair done for like $50 or something, and then I see comments saying, oh my gosh, that's so cheap. Oh, America sucks, they overcharging. That $40-$50 USD, when you translate it to their currency, it makes sense for their cost of living. So if you lived in that country and you earned your wages in that country, it would kind of equal out to what the average braider charges here. So when somebody says, oh, I'm going to go to Africa just to get my hair braided, that doesn't make sense. Now, if you're already going for the experience and you happen to get it braided there, that makes more sense. Like me, if I'm going to see my family, I'm like, okay, well, I'll just wait till I get there to get my hair braided. But y'all know good and well, you're not about to pay this, let's say $1,300 to $2,000 ticket, go there, have to get an Airbnb, driver, stay in, do all these things just to get some braid. You're not doing that. I remember paying this one stylist, that was probably the most I've ever paid for my hair. And I know she's gone up in price because her style was so unique. And people were actually flying from other cities to get their hair done by her. So she could charge that. But you're talking about average box braids, knotless braids. Yeah, you have some that are charging out the wazoo. Maybe they've done a celebrity or so. But for the most part, the average person is not going to charge $900, $1,000 for knotless braids. If you find somebody you like their work and they charge that much, instead of getting angry about it, find somebody that's in your price range. I said all that to say you just can't compare the two. Two different costs of living.
I think what these two ladies are saying is that yes, it is expensive in the Americas. Yes, it is also expensive in our respective countries. So you cannot just say, I'm taking a flight to Nigeria to get my braid done. It doesn't make sense, because you have to get a B&B, you have to get, like she said, you have to get a lot of things. You cannot just fly unless you're already here, and even when you're here, don't say that it's cheap. It's not cheap, okay? It's just what it is for this country that you're in. It's not cheap.
The whole hair braiding situation in Ghana and Nigeria just goes to show you how much people will never be satisfied. You mean to tell me people are over there getting their hair braided, small size braids, okay? Small, for $75. I just watched this girl's video, and there are people in the comments talking about, oh, they're overcharging you. They're overcharging you? Oh, they overcharging her. She should have paid $35. Oh, I can't believe they made that price. They have 10 human beings working on this girl hair. You go to Keisha in the United States, and she gonna have just herself and her 5-year-old child whining in the background, and she gonna charge you 400 plus, 500 maybe. And you mean to tell me she is charging? Baby, I will book the flight. Do you hear me? To go get my hair, $75, and it's neat. It's organized. I am so sick of people never being satisfied. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. You cannot satisfy the human being, and I am convinced. Okay. Then they're talking about they made you pay to get them food. I'm pretty sure she volunteered to buy them food. If it was me, I would have volunteered to buy them breakfast and lunch, all 10. Because having 10 people work on your hair and you are paying 75, as in less than $100, y'all need to learn to be quiet, and y'all need to learn to say good job.
America's consumerism is over the top for me. Like, it's really like over the top notch for me. The entitlement, the sincere entitlement to just have everything go your way, basically. And if things don't go your way, you want to ensure that they go to your way. This is why people are migrating and becoming refugees of economic refugees. You are migrating because you cannot afford to live in your own country. You're migrating to mine because it's cheaper for you. You don't care about the people living in that country as long as you are fine. That's why you can say that it's cheap. You want to pay them $5 each to get your hair done. Something that you wouldn't pay in your country. Something you cannot even afford to pay in your own country. But you want to pay me $35. You want to pay me that amount. As a person who has worked with a tourist in my country, I've seen it. I've seen it firsthand. And it's like my price. I charge you my price according to your country. I will charge you that. You're not native to my country, and you should pay the amount that you pay in your country when you come here. So that's exactly how I did my business. If they came here and be like, oh, she's cheap, she's expensive, let's go to the others. Yeah, go to the others. Me, when you come buy my stuff, this is what I offer you. I'm gonna charge you based on your currency. There's no such thing as saying, well, you're cheap, you're an economic refugee. You're running from your country because you cannot afford to live in your country. You're running from your country so that you can get your braids done in my country. Does that make sense? I don't think I can go to the Americas just to watch a movie.
$1,500 is how much an LA hairstylist wanted to charge me to do braids. The next cheapest was going for $300. And as a South African living in LA, I can tell you right now that I'm not going to pay that to do my braids. It's unfair for some American girlies to say that when African girls are complaining that you guys are driving up the braid prices, and you guys say that it's so cheap. It's not fair, because it's not cheap for African people. For like Africans, it's not cheap for us. The American dollar is the strongest, one of the strongest currencies in the world. And it is not fair that you basically say to us that us complaining that you paying $75 for small or micro braids is too much. Like, as a South African, when I go back home, yes, $75 may not be a lot of money for me because I'm in America, but I know that I'm not going to pay my South African hairstylist $75. It's not fair. I will pay her, whatever the going rate is in the area, and then I'll give her a tip. And so I think that when American girlies go to any African country, allow them to, charge you the normal price, and then just tip them extra, but it's just not fair that you basically saying that us complaining about the prices is us not being grateful. Like, it isn't fair, and it isn't right. And I don't think that you guys understand how
strong once again your currency is. I don't see myself paying 1,500 rand to do braids in South Africa. I'm sorry, like, and I know so many people in South Africa alone that would not be able to pay 1,500 rand, which is $75. Just would not be able to pay it. It's too much. So I just think that, to be fair, when you go to any African country to do your braids, pay them whatever the going rate is and then tip them. But don't say that we should not complain that $75 is too much, because it is way too much. And it may not be a lot for you as, an American, but it's a lot for us as Africans.